as we mentioned right off the top of the show, the migrant crisis is now taking center stage in this 2024 election. A new Gallup poll is finding the issue surpassing the economy and overall government concerns to be the most important problem in the country for voters for the first time since 2019. This is both Presidents Biden and Trump visited the Texas-Mexico border on the same day last week. Let's talk more about this with former Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, who also ran for president as a Republican back in 2016. Governor, it's good to see you this morning. This migrant crisis, it's not new. We've watched it unfold for years, particularly under this administration. So why in March of 2024 is it topping the list for voters?
Well, I think it's all about safety. People feel threatened about this. This is no longer a border crisis. This is a national security crisis. Certainly, we saw it in Georgia recently with Lake and Hope Riley's case, but we see it in my home state of Wisconsin. You know, Mosinee, Wisconsin, you name it, places all across the country on the far northern edge of the United States. If you see a 15, 16, 17-year-old dying of a fentanyl overdose, tragically, all too often, that's because of drugs that have been smuggled across the border. And so people are feeling it all over the place. They feel threatened by it. And it's, you know, part of the larger issue of security ties into economic security and public safety as well. But the border crisis, I think, is endemic of the fact that they felt safer before Joe Biden was president.
Yeah. You know, President Trump has called for, among other things, mass deportations, ending birthright citizenship, bringing back his Remain in Mexico policy. While, of course, on the other side, President Biden is blaming Republicans for not passing that border security bill that would have given billions to border measures. It came in a couple different iterations that weren't passed. I know it's impossible, but if you could take, you know, the candidates out of this and parties out of this, which solution there do you think is more appealing to American voters?
Well, I think the bottom line is we were on path to secure the border itself by building a wall. That was stopped when Joe Biden came in. So I think right now people understand that. You've got to have a series of things. You've got to have more Border Patrol staff. You've got to certainly have the Remain in Mexico policy. You know, one of the other things that was done in the past administration was ending catch and release. All these things collectively have to happen. But people understand if you're going to have an objective legal immigration system, and we need to have legal immigrants in this country. We have more than 1 million legally that come in every year. You've got to have a secure border. And we don't have that right now. And I think people understand that when they see the efforts. And then you see things like Peter Schweizer's new book, one of our alumni at Young America's Foundation. He points out the involvement of the Chinese Communist Party and the impact that they're having on our southern border as well. So people understand it. They can see it. I think it's one of the few benefits of social media is people don't need the media alone to tell us about it. They can see it all the time on their own devices, and they're scared about it, rightfully so.
Yeah, and people on both sides of the aisle are now calling for change. You know, we've heard the phrase over and over again, every state is now a border state. You were just talking about how you've seen it in Wisconsin. Texas Governor Greg Abbott now says his state has sent more than 104,000 migrants to sanctuary cities. That really got blue cities like New York, Chicago, very vocal, super involved in this crisis, in the fight. Did that nationwide busing program change the debate and dialogue here?
Absolutely. I mean, I give Governor Greg Abbott, who I've gone to the border with about 9 years ago, my first time, incredible credit because he's not only trying to deal with it on behalf of the citizens of his state and keep them safe, which I applaud him, and I stand with Texas when it comes to their own battles there because they're affecting the rest of us. But I also give him credit for raising the national profile. You mentioned that everybody's talking about it now. They're all trying to be decisive about it now. Well, you know, Joe Biden's been the president for 3 years. Where has he been in all this time leading up till now? This isn't just something that happened now. This is something that's been brewing for years. And so Governor Abbott, I believe, deserves credit for doing something that drew that attention all across the country. I live just across the border from Chicago and Wisconsin. It's been amazing to me to see officials there, even in the midst of local press conferences, residents of their communities, of their wards, standing up and saying, enough is enough. We need to deal with this issue now. They weren't doing that before. They are because of Greg Abbott.
Yeah, and here in Chicago, you see migrant families all over the city lined outside, you know, O'Hare, police stations. It's certainly reached or past its boiling point, really. Governor Scott Walker, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you on this Super Tuesday. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.